you put me to work. I started thinking after a very long time. You see how painful it is, right?
Well, that's what we're called to do.
Yes.
I was telling I talked to Leon and Delana yesterday, and I was like, you're so smart that we're able to do a whole lot of stuff a little bit faster because it's already inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like even just I was
Oh,
it's just
that's oh my God.
we just move
Thank
around
you.
along. I love it. And like I said, I see that you're working. Let me share my screen.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. I tried to do okay. A little bit of light here.
you
Okay.
did. You did good. But
I
what I always want you to think is you have to think about the other people. So you're not always talking to someone who is as versed as yourself. So
okay.
you want to use common language from the front facing. Our front facing language needs to be a little bit more common, just
Mm-hmm.
so people don't their brains don't have to work so hard. You remember how you was telling me about Mr. Side Job, and
Yes.
he was kind of listening to you, but he wasn't really listening to you, and then something piqued his interest and he leaned in so he could hear more.
Yes.
Right. If our brains are working too hard in the beginning, then we're not really going to listen and we might miss something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll tell you where I saw that. And did you see this?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah,
Okay.
that is
So
good.
I
Thanks.
changed the
Yeah.
accountability
Mm-hmm.
maybe wealth guidance system or the wealth protection system.
I
So
think guidance is better because protection seems static.
it's
Guidance means it's an ongoing process.
process. Exactly. And if you remember, I told you I wanted it to be something that's heart centered. So that feels like it's a level of care there.
Yes, that's
Okay,
true.
perfect.
Got it.
So we
Yeah.
got that part, and then you got to fill the rest of this out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and where was I talking about when
I added the living trust.
the
I think
information
we've
here?
gone a
I like
little bit
that.
far. Okay. I
Now I'm
think you
trying to
said, yeah,
figure out what else. Oh,
the financial triangle, you wanted me to, do you mind just reading through and then, we are editing skills. If you think there are words that are too harsh, whether you can bring substitutes or I don't know, because
I will. I
okay.
will. But hold on, let me go back to work. So I think I wrote a note like where does this come in at? I
Oh,
wasn't
I thought you meant that you preferred that to what was there before. I
no,
don't understand.
I saw this here,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, what is this? Why is this here? So your tagline is unlocking potential preserving wealth.
Oh,
So
oh, oh,
what does this fit in?
okay. Oh, it's well, it's still a continuation of it. I thought, okay, are you suggesting that we should have just one line or
Yeah,
because I mean,
you need one message, one message.
oh, okay,
So
okay,
when someone comes into to deal with you and
oh,
what does Fortune 3 Financial stand for? We stand on unlocking potential and preserving wealth. That's it.
yes, yes,
Because that's language that people understand what that means.
yes, that's true.
Um, Financial autonomy, you know,
It's
maybe
a little bit harsh. It's a little bit tough, not harsh, but
it's not harsh. It's just I might think I know what you're talking about, maybe
mm,
not. And so my
okay,
brain is working a little hard, which means I'm not really listening to what's next. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? And your clientele is not the average person. They're already high esteemed, they're already highly educated. So we don't want to make it seem like they don't know what we're talking about.
right.
So our forward facing content, our
Mm-hmm.
forward facing messaging has to be as simple as possible, fifth grade level. Then when they come into the fold, that's when we can use all of the words because they're inside the house.
Okay.
You got me? So this is what I
Yes,
was
I do.
talking about here.
Hmm?
So when you're explaining the tax efficient strategies, what is this? Why do they care about that? Why do they care about that? This sentence is very heavy versus um This one, equity management, grow your financial fortune through premium allocation. That's a lot of words too. Did I write that or you wrote that?
Uh, no, I wrote this one.
Okay. So your next assignment is going to be to simplify this. When people think about taxes, what is it that they want?
They want to lower the taxes or eliminate it
Exactly.
altogether.
But I don't see that here. I don't know what that, it doesn't
Mm.
tell me that I'm lowering. I don't want, it doesn't say that. It says cash value accumulation, tax-free withdrawals or loans. When I think of tax
Mm.
efficient strategy, I don't even, people, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that I care about?
Okay, I
So
got you.
remember, tax
Yeah.
efficient tax efficient strategies, equity management, and asset optimization all came from your stories up here. The very
Yeah.
first story you told me was Mr. Pfizer. He didn't want to pay more taxes than he desired. He didn't want to have more expenses. You know what I'm saying? His concern was, can I have more of my money and not give it away? So that's a lot of people concerned. That's essentially what Doug talks about first. He's the tax-free guy, right?
Yeah.
So why do people care? These are internal communications that are a little
Mm.
bit heavy. I really want you to get to something. These three here have to be very, very easy to understand. If you're talking
Okay.
to, let's think about if you're talking to a group of senior college students as
Mm.
they matriculate out into the world. This has to you have to give them 3 points. It has to be simple for them to understand, so that when they come out, they'll still hire you, so that you can help them on a firm foundation. But it has to be
Okay.
simple for them to understand.
Okay. Got you.
Um, and most of these they're a little heavy. Cash value
Yes.
accumulation, grow your financial fortune through premium. So you got to simplify this asset optimization. Yeah, so this is inside. So these three are inside language, and we kind
Mm-hmm.
of need some outside language.
Okay. Got you.
Okay, so we're gonna think that. Okay, so financial triangle, a holistic financial growth and protection. Um, so remember when we were, oh, look at you, the interconnectedness. I love it. I'm a language person, so I love it. However, remember when I said out loud, I wonder what the definition of a triangle is. And you just started
Yes.
talking.
Yes. I said it's a sign of stability.
So where's that? Where's that in here?
Mm.
So remember how I was telling you when we talk, we
Mm-hmm.
speak in regular language, but when we start typing, now that
So,
dissertation, that master's degree, that PhD, it starts coming out. This is your
yeah.
dissertation. A triangle is, I got my nails on today. I can't type.
It's okay.
What else
Stability.
did you say?
Um. Yeah. Essentially, yeah. It is sign of. I want to go to my structural engineering, which I think.
And that's
Uh.
fine. Just talk to me. You were just talking that then, and you're
But
what you
you
said.
cannot change the shape without changing the dimension of the individual components.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to fix it, but okay,
Yeah.
what else?
Um,
Why is this so important in when the foundation and the structure of a thing?
and is the fundamental principle
Mm-hmm.
of stability of structures. Maybe yeah, and buildings. Or so can say structures.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, of every yes, of every structure, man-made or natural.
Mm-hmm.
Where the basic component must be a triangle for it
Mm-hmm.
to stay in equilibrium.
Okay.
Full stop.
I love it. You see how
Okay.
that literally just, because you just went, I was like, "Ooh, we can't do a circle. We're gonna do a triangle." And you were just like, "No, the triangle. The triangle is the essence. That's the sign of stability." Like struck my the engineering components of how we build buildings and how things are made starts with the triangle. Because because you said something about if it's a rectangle, then the things will move. What did you say about
Yes.
that?
It can wobble. A rectangle, on the other hand, can
Okay.
change its shape. Mhm. A rectangle, on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
can change its shape without the need to change the dimensions of the individual components and makes it inherently unstable and cannot be the basis for for building for building structures. For building just say for building elementary structures,
Okay.
because we can do something to it for advanced structures to cure that problem. Okay. Initially unstable, the
Unstable.
UN. Yeah.
All right. So that's simpler language. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little heavy, but not too much for my brain to comprehend. So now what I want you to do
Mm-hmm.
is go back in, make it so that it makes sense. I probably missed a couple of words, but
Yes.
that's the thing. And then talk about this from the extent of now our financial triangle has the same elements
Okay.
of stability.
Mm. Tax.
We build
Mm-hmm.
on dot dot dot. So I'm saying, so now that
Mm.
we've established what the whole structure and how things are made and the thought process behind the why, there is a grounding principle. Remember, I was talking about you can, because with a triangle, like you said, if you change the measurements or dimensions of a triangle, there's still the structure in place to make sure that it's stable,
Right.
right?
Right.
So if your triangle is perfectly on all sides, that's okay. But if you need to stretch a little bit and it's still in the shape of a triangle, it's still stable. So
Right.
in this financial space, it works the same. You might have lots of ability to make, I'm making this up, you might have a greater ability as a young person. You have a greater ability to earn money because you have a longer length of time. So your bottom rung of that triangle might be a little longer because you have more time for your wealth to accumulate. However, if you're older, that bottom rung might be a little shorter because you're closer to retirement, but we still can structurally make things stable for you so that your end game is still where you want it to be.
Same.
I'm making this up,
Exactly.
but does that make
Exactly.
sense?
Yes, of course.
Because we both know that when if you start your financial plan, because remember, back to speaking to seniors that are going out into matriculating out into their career, you have a longer span of your working time. So if you start now, your foundation will be stronger and more stable and longer than someone who's starting this process at 50. That could be a
Right.
great illustration
Mm.
of all the things, but it starts with understanding the whole premise behind engineering, how buildings are made, why they're made, and why you don't want to have these corners that other people tell you you have, because it's unstable. People will remember that. That's a complete visual, but that's where I want you to go with that. Don't discount any of this. However, got to make it plain. Use your financial triangle as if, like I'm saying, as if you're talking to and trying to get the seniors that are going out into the workforce. as your new clients, and you're trying to help them understand how stability, the triangle, and the foundational principles and the longevity of everything works together. That probably would help you.
All right.
Okay, did that make sense? I made all that up, so you got me.
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good. And then I want you to rework this into simpler terms. Again, speak to those seniors.
Right.
And I think that's it. I think we're good. Did you need to finish any of it? Did you need to do all of this, or do you have to just use what Doug has and reword it?
I would just look at what Doug used and reword it in situations where there's not much I can do. I think I'm going to put the same thing because that's like background stuff that literally
Exactly.
identical. Yeah.
Now I know that he said before he doesn't want you guys to use laser because that's his.
Okay. Okay.
That
I
was
can
a
say uh maybe max funding strategies.
okay. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Make it easy. So I know that was a question that kept coming up. I know that he said the only word that that's his whole brand and everything is that he didn't want people to use the LASER
Yes.
from one of the other calls. Okay, so that's good. And the rest of so I think that we're ready now. So let's look at once you get that together, I'm gonna have my graphic designer create us some graphics to like give you a visual of what this will look
Okay.
like. All
Okay.
right, so
I just added this one now,
yeah,
but
I wanted you to do this. Okay, search engine optimization. Now, search engine, why do you want to work on search engine optimization?
uh I'm just putting these ideas down, to be honest with you. I try to put whatever is in my head, and then we help sieve it out because in terms of uh, the whole mechanics of using the internet and looking at various areas to look for possible leads, I'm not very good at it. So what I do, I just throw ideas.
Okay,
I'm sorry, just a minute. It's
no, go
my
ahead.
brother back home. Yeah, just
Go
a
ahead.
moment. Yes. Hey, Doc.
Hello?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Oh, you're on the line.
Okay. What's shit on yeah.
I'm back on top of another one. I'm online last say October.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Anya honey don't sugar. Ti nongo.
That.
Any young pondon chamber mo meeting.
No, you can continue. Nothing on.
Okay. Meet me up on a committee.
I'm going to watch it.
Okay, good. All right. So okay, talk to you later. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm sorry, my brother called from back home.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so I got some notes here.
Mhm.
Um,
Just highlight everything that you.
so I'm gonna highlight the things in green that are money
Mhm.
making activities, right?
Oh, okay.
The yellow
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about because it's a lot of work. So essentially, this of course leverage social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
We're lean heavily on social media because it's the easiest way to find exactly who you're looking for.
Yeah,
Um,
then why don't we just, to make life easy, why don't we just get rid of the yellows?
no, let's talk about it.
Uh, okay.
You got it. Let go. All right. So online presence. We're gonna the next thing we're gonna work on is the website, work on the brand, work on the actual visuals that match the message.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely have your strong online presence. I started my business in 2009 on SEO. So search engine optimization back in 2009 was really easy to rank people on Google. but it's not anymore, only because there's so many people trying to manipulate the system, and Google can tell when you're really trying to manipulate the system. So SEO is very, very expensive these days, as well as there are no guarantees and there's no trackability. So I don't really purport doing traditional SEO. Of course, we will optimize the website for search engine optimization with your names and your tags and all the good things. However, I don't really, the easiest way to gain visibility on Google is to really deploy social media, because social media will always rank higher than anything we put on Google. Why? Because there's the site rankability of social media has so much traffic that it will automatically rank you higher.
Okay.
So that was my next question for you as well. Let me turn this heater off. Do you have any social media accounts out for the company outside of your link? I know I got your LinkedIn, but do you have any socials?
I all I have is Facebook.
You got a Facebook business page?
Well, I started creating it, but I didn't finish. I didn't really know what to do.
So you started creating a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Facebook page, but
I have one for myself, which I communicate with whatever people who follow me on social media, but I don't know if I can use that.
No. You have to have a business page.
Exactly.
So, but you started creating one.
Can we create one?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Did you already start the process or no?
I started, but I don't even know where I am now, because I started and I got overwhelmed with lots of issues. I discovered that I had to go through docs training and then see how I can do it in a very professional way. I was just looking for idea. How do you create a business stuff? And I just got stuck somewhere. I didn't know what to do.
Okay, no problem. So we need to create all your social media accounts. My suggestion, you do need a LinkedIn professional page. All right, we need to update your personal page. LinkedIn.
Can I use what I have LinkedIn now to a professional page, or it has to be an entirely new one?
No. You have a personal page. We just need to brand it for your this new venture, but you need a LinkedIn professional page, because I don't think you have a LinkedIn page for Fortune 3 Financial, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, every company should have its own LinkedIn page.
Okay, got you. Which is separate from my professional now, what I'm using.
Completely separate.
Okay.
YouTube, you need a YouTube channel, because that's what Doug promotes, right?
Yes, that one I know.
And you need a Facebook business page.
Yes.
There is Instagram, there's TikTok. Hey lady. Good morning. There's Instagram, there's TikTok, but my suggestion is to wait on that.
Okay.
Wait on Instagram, wait on TikTok. Why? Because you got to create content. So as we create content for LinkedIn, as we create content for Facebook, the things that work, we can then chop it up and put it on Instagram and TikTok later.
Perfect.
Right. So we won't be trying to parse our energy all over the place. We don't have to.
I understand.
If we make long form content, we can always chop it up later.
Okay.
So our focus is going to be LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and it probably will be how big of a following do you have on LinkedIn? Do you have some connections on LinkedIn that engage with you?
I have. In fact, sometime I actually downsized them, took out people from my LinkedIn.
Oh, why?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to be just professional. I am more attached to groups. I have, like my MBA, group, which is my university alumni. I have a few of them, and there are some about 50,000, and
okay, I love it.
Very a lot.
That could be a part of our strategy, but you want to move them over into your connections. Why? Because so they can see your content, and that's going to be free. And see, how good are you at writing? Because you got on here about blogging, right? Are you going to be blogging?
I have to learn if it is if it you think it's gonna be a good way to you know to
Well,
advertise my business. But
I think so, but what's going to be the best if it's easy for you? See, writing an article for me is easy because I always got something new to talk about, right?
okay,
I think that if let me so I have a LinkedIn strategy for you.
okay,
But it's only if you have the capacity. We can do it later, right? I have a
okay,
system that really works really well for people in your space because the clientele that you want has jobs and they're on LinkedIn.
okay.
So, but it only works if it's easy for you. Me sitting down, writing an article is kind of easy for me because I talk to so many people. Every time I have a conversation like this, I can, after this conversation, sit around and write a whole, article. Doesn't have to be long, 1,000 words, 500,000 words. I can write an article about the conversation I had because somebody has a problem and this is going to be their solution. That's going to be that's the easiest model to write from. Remember how that's why I was asking you about the stories. You can write a
Yes,
whole article on Mr. Pfizer, what he presented to you, what his concern was, and what your solution is, and why that solution. That's the article. But that only works if you have people that you can talk about. That's the easiest article to write,
yes. Sort of
right? To talk.
narrative. Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, because it's literally, and then people, if you're telling stories in every article, they're more apt to read it. Because people are what? They're nosy. That's why reality TV is more popular than anything right now.
Hmm.
They're nosy. So we can do that. I don't particularly like blog posts. I like articles. Put articles out, put newsletters out, and make them tangible to real world experience.
Okay. For example, you can talk about like the case. I don't know if I sent you the poster for that. This gentleman who died who owned a cashier. You
Who
did you
owned
learn about who was murdered in
He was
California?
murdered, yeah, by his
$10
friend.
million, and he never had a an IUL. So they froze all his money by probate, and the family has to go out for GoFundMe. That is
No,
very telling. I can send it to you right now. Have it.
send it to me. I know that they killed him,
Yeah.
but I was
It's been one of our, and the same thing happened to Prince. Prince had 156 million. It went to probate. Do you know how much went to the family?
how much?
6 million. Chadwick Bosner, he too
Oh,
had the same problem. I think he had 3 million. It went to probate. I think the family finally got 1 million. They were
oh.
all on GoFundMe.
No, then I don't. You serious? They were on GoFundMe?
Yeah. Let
So
me give
those
you this recent one now because we have the poster. It's, I mean, yeah.
those those are the ones. Remember, those are the ones that go here. Remember the horror stories?
Oh, and when you talk about people like that, it rings a bell better. Let me give
Ring.
it to you. Yeah, because we use it in our internal training as well to teach people about the horrors of GoFundMe and not protecting your assets. I think I have the one for Prince. I'll look for it and give it to you too. Officially, this is an official um, sort of news item that was released after it went through probate. So it's not something that we just created internally. Let me go to my photo page.
Oh, I like this. So no more GoFundMe for families. The
Yes,
no fund me.
yes. I don't know why I didn't tell that story. It's sort of, uh, yep, there you go. Okay, I just sent it to you by WhatsApp.
Okay, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
You got Prince, you got Cash
Yeah,
App,
I'll look for Prince. I have it in my system. I'll look for it and send it to you.
we got Chadwick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we can expound on that. I love it. Okay, so that's good. All right. This is good stuff. Good stuff. So back to our where you want your business to be. I'm gonna put here article post, right?
Yeah.
That could be a money maker, but let's
Okay.
put it in another color because it can really wait. But where you
Mm.
have educational materials for high school community colleges, I think that high schools is too low. I like the colleges because I know that every college wants to make sure they have a don't they have a percentage that they have to track the success of their students so that they get funding or something like that. They have to actually provide services to make sure that they're launching into the workforce. Um,
Yes, that is the idea I have. And in fact, we discussed it when we were in Utah, if you remember that discussion. And I was thinking about targeting high schools and community colleges. But now that we discussed it, I'm going to take out high school. I think it's a little
yeah,
bit low, but community colleges, these are people who are prepared to go into the workforce,
definitely.
and they don't have the academic knowledge of those who went to university, but at least this is something that can actually create a potential business for them. With the
Totally,
ability,
I like the potential. Mhm.
yeah. So I was thinking because we have two community colleges not too far from here. We have Bergen Community College and some other one. One is even much closer, even than Bergen. And I thought that if I put my content, I can actually walk to the school and talk to the principal. I mean, I was hoping to discuss the whole modality with you to see how that works out, if that's the way to do it. Well, I have
Oh
to
yeah.
call, how do I make an appointment? But I really have to have a program with it, something that I can sit down and discuss it with the.
That's what we got. You understand that we have your program, right? You understand that?
Yeah, we are building it up now.
We got it. If I sent you today to go
Yeah.
and talk to 1,000 engineers about the financial triangle, could you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. If I and because the financial triangle consists of the T, taxes, equity, and assets.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
So we have your program.
Mm, all
Your
right.
your the whole content is, at the end of the day, your goal is to help people understand that they actually have they have the tools, the resources, and the fortitude to unlock potential and preserve wealth for them, their families, and their generations to come. If they use the structure, we have a structure. It's a financial triangle, and I call it the T. It's easy to remember. Everybody can know what T stands for, right? It stands for taxes, equity, and assets. If you focus on taxes, the tax efficient strategies, equity management, and asset optimization, that's all you need for the rest of your life, right?
Right.
Is that not true?
It is true. So am I going to make a flyer that,
No,
okay,
no flyers.
okay,
I'm going to create you a presentation. Do you want to see what we're okay? Let me show you what we're doing.
okay.
I'm gonna give you a synopsis of that's what I was telling. I started the conversation with. Now that we have a general idea of what we're working on, I'm gonna assign this out to my graphic designer so that she can create the graphics to match. Remember our conversation on Monday? We came up with a color scheme. We're gonna build your website, and we're gonna
Right.
use that color scheme. It's gonna be that green, the blue, and just a hint of red. Remember
Yes,
we talked about
yes,
that? So
yes,
that
I
will be your
do.
color scheme.
Hmm?
So all of your marketing will look the same. Let me show you what I'm gonna show you what our people got over here. Let me see. And then there's also, I was thinking about you this morning. There's also some tools of the trade. So I know
Mhm.
that you like using Word. But as you start building out your team and as you're going to be needing different things to work with, have you ever heard of a program called Canva?
Yes. I
You have.
actually,
You have
yeah, I
it?
use it to create very primitive flyers. Yes.
Okay, great. So you have an account.
No, it's not professional.
Is it free?
I use the free one. Yes.
Okay.
I
You're gonna
mean,
need to,
if I have a need to use the professional one, of course I will. If something that's going to generate
yeah,
uh,
you definitely gonna
income
need
or
it.
okay.
You're gonna need it because the stuff that I send you is gonna be in Canva, and I
Yeah.
don't want you to be beholden to me. I want you to be able to, you feel like you want to create something at 3 a.m. or you need to send a proposal at 3 a.m. then you want to be able to do that inside your own
Yes.
system.
Yeah.
So here is the brand design that I have for our friends, Leon and Delana. So Delana
Oh,
has her
okay.
own brand.
Mm.
And these are all their assets. She does a whole bunch of, that's how I met her. We're in women's groups together. And she does women's events specifically by herself. So the things that we do for her are, it has the purple included. It's very light. It's very fun.
In fact, Alice liked her so much that we have it on a dinner table. He keeps telling me, you have to do something like this. You have to do it.
What you,
Yeah,
what did she,
my wife said it, that she liked the Lenos. When we met, we have one on our kitchen table. And my wife keeps, reminding me that I have to do one. I said, I don't know at what point I need it. Let's work first. And, I didn't really know where to place it. And I didn't know what to do, how to do it. Now that you've shown me, I thought we have to go somewhere and,
no, I do everything for Leon
okay,
and Delana. All their
okay,
websites, all their stuff. And so
okay,
here's what we have for, this is Leon's. So this is what, same process I'm taking you through, same
right.
process I took him through.
Mm,
So I will create you something similar to this.
okay.
Let's see. So his is True Wealth Creation.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me show you, this is his presentation. So his is all about his history and his what he cares about. But let me show
Okay.
you their marketing. Is it in here?
So you're
This,
going to create a similar one for me like this, right? Okay.
With your talking points. Let me see. Is this it? Which one is it? I think this one here. I got to show you the one that actually has the three. I believe in a three-pronged approach, but his makes sense to be a circle. Let me see.
Oh,
See if
this
it's
is,
in here.
yeah. I'm going to talk to my accountant tomorrow. I wanted to introduce this business to him to see how we can share on the profits. If we can, if I can convince him to talk to his clients that if we can sort of reduce their taxes and improve on their profitability, he can buy the idea. Do you think I
Yeah,
should wait, or it's okay to go talk to him?
no, it's always okay to go talk to him. You're not gonna have all of your, you're not gonna have all of your assets yet, because it's gonna take her a minute to get it done. Where's
Oh,
the
why can I ask him to push it a little bit behind, so that when
um
I go, I have something to present
you
to
want
him?
you want to present something?
I was thinking to talk about something. If I have something tangible,
You got something to talk about now. You have something to talk about. You have your words.
yeah, I have my words to talk. That's correct. Okay.
All right, hold on. I want you to see this. Where's the circle? I can't find the. This is why you have people.
Mm.
Um. Okay, here's the scorecard. Because you did you do a score? Did you do a scorecard already?
Not yet. We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, let me see if I can find it in Tiffany. Delana. Circle. New presentation. Here it is. Um, hmm. Oh, here it is. Okay. God, I was gonna say. Let me show you. I have so this is not my strong suit. I'm not the designer. I have a team.
Okay.
So here's their circle graphic. Remember how I was saying you have a triangle.
Yes.
This is theirs. This is their circle graphic with their three premises. Their three premises are W3. So it's worship, wisdom, and
Mm.
wealth.
Okay.
So hang on, it's coming up. So this is theirs.
I see.
You see? Doesn't look like Doug's. He has a stool, right?
Mm-hmm.
We still have our three. We still have our cornerstone, intellectual, financial, and this is
Yeah, but
theirs.
this is still the basis of a triangle, though. So, but it's put in a different way, which is good.
because it's his. And so we have
Yeah,
two colors.
okay, let me tell you. Okay, if you take the top of this vertical arm and you connect it here, take the bottom and connect it here and go around, each segment is a triangle, so it's
Yeah,
stable.
because it's still a triangle in there, still structurally
Yes,
sound.
but shown in a different way, which is great.
Yeah.
Again, it's a sign of stability too.
It's still fluid, but this makes sense for their brand. And then because remember when I go over here, this ain't it. I can't find. Let me see. Let me go back here. The presentation is here. Let me show you. So everything that we do for them looks like them. The things that we're going to do for you is going to look like you.
Yes. Yes.
Their things are their wording is the life cycle. Okay, here's the real one. I knew someone right. You see how we in the first one I showed you, it was square. Now we're bringing in the circular.
Yeah.
Because everything that we do for them now is going to be inside the circles. Everything is circular because they're really going towards the life cycle. And so we put things inside circles for them.
Okay.
And then inside the presentation is their foundational 3-pronged approach for how they help people get what they need. Right. If I look at their scorecard, this is their scorecard. It's the same colors. It has the same little arrows. See how the brand just continues on?
Yeah, is this not similar to dogs or is it different?
But we changed the words. We changed the design.
Ah, okay.
So this is their words. They got their W3 life concept here. So you would have your financial triangle or the T concept here.
Yes.
You would change the language based on what you are doing, and then we'll change the colors based on what we have going on for you. But you see how everything looks alike. This looks like this, looks like this. It's all connected. And so we'll build you something similar to this. I'll get this over to Tiffany. She'll then recreate a platform for you that is based on triangles. It won't be circles, it will be triangles for you.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. And that would be then your presentations. I need a nice picture of you as well.
Yes.
So that's the model. That's what we're going to be doing for you. And that'll match your website. Because of course they have World Fidelity Life. That is the same colors. Everything's the same. Wow.
So this one is gonna go on my website, correct?
What will?
This one will be my presentation. Is this presentation, can somebody access it on my website, or this is just what I'm going to use to present? And my webpage will just...
You will make a webinar. The presentation by itself doesn't mean anything because you have to walk it through. You have to talk it through. Because think about if I showed you this presentation, you're not going to know. You can't do the presentation alone because nobody's going to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
If you got to this slide, you don't know what that means. Not going to know what that means. So I don't believe we don't do old school presentations. People's attention spans are too short. So when I help you with your presentation, I'm going to take the note and then I'm going to flow the presentation based on what you say, based on how it comes out of your mouth.
Oh, so you can get images that capture it, and then it will allow me now to go and give the words for people to listen. Because you can't just write it. People will be reading while you're talking, and there's a conflict.
Exactly. And people don't pay attention to stuff. They like to have visual stimulation, right?
Yes.
The visual stimulation. Is that a word? Is it stimulation or stimulus? What is it?
Stimulus.
So,
visual stimulus, right?
Visual stimulus. But too many words on the slide and people check out. So you have to use this as a presentation that you're talking over. So this will then be your webinar. This will then be your webinar.
Perfect.
Every picture should cause you to remember what you're about to say next. Right? These are just simple images to have you remember what we're talking about. Yes. And then you go into, because this was a really good slide for him. It's like, hey, if you had to choose between your family, your money, and your brain, what would you get rid of?
Get rid of the money, but you have your brain.
Get rid of the money. So what really is true? If you get rid of your family or your brain, you'll get rid of the money. What So this presentation is his and his alone. But
Right.
this is what Doug was trying to say, and this is what Bud was trying to say in Utah. If you don't pull out of the information you have from Doug and get your own words, you're
Mm.
just gonna sound like everybody else,
Yeah, that's true. That
right?
is true.
So now this process is what they went through, and you have the same process. That's what we went through with you. And now we
Mm-hmm.
have your words. So now the whole goal is to turn it into a presentation, get your website together. That's the next move.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's our next move. And
Perfect.
I'll get that going. So I need a picture. I just need a picture of you. I need a picture of you and Alice if you have one. So email me that. And yeah, we'll go from there.
All
Because
righty.
we have the foundational here, right? I don't know.
Yes.
Did we ever look at this to see? Are we
Yeah,
using?
that is WFG stuff. I was wondering where that, what place it has. This is my business. This one is working on that WFG. Um, I don't know whether we have to connect the two. I don't know. Because that is their official material.
So how does this serve you now?
Well, I want to make the two separate in the sense that I mean, people who want to go for training, this is the part that they do the training to get their
This is
license.
so this is the part where the Miss Dr. Bright went through. She went through this to become a agent.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So this is how, if I want to unlock my own potential and grow financially,
Yeah,
I'll go here.
that's right.
Okay, I got it. So we would just
Okay.
link to this page. So yeah,
Yes.
send me this picture. Is this the only picture you have of yourself?
Yes, I have others. I will send you a bunch.
Okay, send me a bunch. And then so we'll just, if you want to become an agent or you want to unlock your full potential and make money, learn how to make money in the financial services industry, then you would click this button and go through this, right?
Yes, you go and you register and then you do your training, and I will be very helpful to train you so you can write and pass the license exam.
Okay, sounds
And then you
good.
can start a business. I
Okay.
have 50 people under me right now.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got two licensed. In fact, last night I promoted one from training associate to associate.
Mm,
And I
I,
set an exam for them to write and then I also asked them to do a presentation where they do the illustration to show the 11 benefits of the IUL out of 62 and teach them how to present it. And when they do it well, because they're now becoming professionals, they have to go talk to clients. So they should know the wording, they should understand the basis of the IUL. And it's still very, very fundamental. From there, they really have to start learning, reading, and getting to know the material pretty well. So this is just the beginning, is the entry point.
Okay, I love it. All right, so I love it. So that's good. I think we're cooking with grease. I'm gonna get your the information that we have here, all of the stories that we have. This is going to be for you so that you can then start making some marketing material, making some videos around those. And I'm going to recreate this for you so we can talk about family equity. You didn't expound on this, so you really need to do a little bit more here.
Which one? The family equity. Oh, okay. You didn't make a note on it.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I
said it
didn't.
down here.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you only wrote a sentence. That's that. A
Mm.
sentence. Not it.
Oh, I have more than that.
Yeah, because remember, this can be family equity is,
Really? All I did? Oh, no. I
yeah.
can put more than that.
And then you use the word bequeath.
Oh, Lord. Hand it down. Hand it down. Oh, my goodness. Even myself, I needed a dictionary to understand myself. Please, can you just change it to hand it down so that why didn't I use the word hand it down?
I was like, we use bequeath. I haven't seen that word in a long time.
You know
That's probably
that
what,
the English that Americans speak is the simplest, and that's why they like American English throughout the world. Even books that are written by Americans, they make it. All my engineering books I used when I was in England, most of them were American books because they're very, very simplified. But if you read British books, oh my goodness, you go to sleep because that's so difficult, just
it's
the
so
way it's written.
complicated.
So we
And
have that tendency to just
yeah,
use words without even thinking. And that's why
I
my
know.
language is, my English is so difficult for people to understand because, even having lived in America for 20 years, I'm still trying to be American, you know?
Well, don't try to be American, because this is for real. This was the only thing in college that I would bump up into all my professors against, right? Because we're taught, I'm from Atlanta. I was taught the power of language. I love reading, so I love words. I know more words than the average person because I read, and I love, love, love the
Mm,
language.
mm,
But when you're communicating, they
right.
always tell you simplify. The
Mm,
biggest, all the college professors, like we asked you for a 3-page paper and you gave us 15. You need to be able to say it in 3. If you can say it if you can't say what you got to say in 100 words, then you need to
yeah.
start over. And I was like, well, why do we
I
have all these
think,
words?
yeah. I think one of the challenges we have is that I speak multiple languages. And you saw, I talked to my brother, I spoke in a local dialect.
Mhm.
I could have spoken to him in English, but I decided not to. I have about 3 options when I'm speaking to my brother, and it comes instantly. So you can imagine the challenge I have speaking in one language and speaking consistently. It is a lot of effort. For
I
example,
know.
if I'm speaking French, now I also have to try to be as simple as possible.
Yeah.
It's not always easy, especially, I mean, these languages are not like we're not born with these languages. We have to study them in school. So to be
True.
proficient in them it's a lot of effort.
The thing that I always remember is this is
Right.
what he told me. This is what the main professor, he kept telling me, he said, write as if you're talking to a third grader. And that used to piss me off. But
Yes.
now I get it,
But that's the
right?
key to success. Yeah.
You have to simplify, because if the
Yes.
brain is working too hard, it's not listening to you. So everything needs to be, and I really, when God gave me the word family equity,
Mhm.
and I did my research and I saw this image because I went to look
This is
for it.
beautiful. I'm sorry. Do you really described it very well? Equality is distribution, which is bad.
Right,
Equity is opportunity, equal opportunity. Okay.
right, right.
So this person, from the needs and the definition and what she would need more because that is what she or he deserves, but not equity. Equity is just say, okay, Tom,
Well,
Harry, and we break it into 3. That is not
well,
good.
remember,
And people
remember,
try to go on equity, equality, sorry, most of the time, which may not really be correct.
true, but I don't want you to worry about equality at
Okay.
all, because I want you to look at this picture from the standpoint of family equity. Remember, I went and found this when I started researching equity, and when I saw the picture, this was what I was looking for. Because what if this parent here does something called an IUL, right? This father creates an IUL for this daughter that leverages, she doesn't have to work as hard to get her fair share,
Right.
because he worked harder to prepare for this daughter and the granddaughter.
Okay. That is that
So
generational transfer. Well, okay. I see the
yes,
picture.
you see the picture. So we're going to use this side and this side only to portray
Mm,
family equity. This
mm.
picture depicts family equity. Remember, you talked about all the horror stories of probate. You have
Can we
worked
swap the pictures so that the husband
this.
comes
We're
first?
gonna,
Because that's how generations go from left to right,
true,
as opposed
true.
to,
This we're gonna delete this, and we can swap. We can flip the picture. I'm gonna have her create me
okay.
something like this, and we'll
And then
flip.
get rid of the one on the left or something, or we
Oh
just
yeah,
leave it to the,
I just had to, let me see. I can definitely. This is gonna be X'd out. We're just
okay.
gonna use this image in your presentation, and we'll flip it.
That is beautiful. Thank you for looking for that.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the
But
true definition.
that's why you
Yes.
have to expound on it. Family
Yeah, I
equity,
will. I
right?
will.
And then
Mhm.
remember what I said about if you are younger, you have a longer bottom foundation,
That's
right?
correct.
Because
Mhm.
you're working. That's
Yeah.
that's him, right? Or is
Mhm.
it? Is it her?
No,
I don't
it's
know.
her. It's
It's
her.
her.
Yeah, she has a longer, you see, the opportunities because the father had already created a foundation because he
Yes.
started a little bit late. That's all
Hmm.
she could do.
Yeah.
But
That's the
because
triangle.
there's yes, intergenerational, when she took it, she was already at a certain age and then she was able to go because it's like a band. You can only be, if you're at the bottom of the band, you have to go all that high. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you start here, that's all you can
That has
do.
to go.
And now when
Hmm.
you pour the rest into the next band, the person who's there is going to go that high, and you keep on feeling as you go forward. So the people who are ahead, they take advantage of what you've already done before.
That's family equity.
Wow.
You see what we just did there?
Mm.
And you can use that exact same analogy. You can use that exact same because people understand,
Mm.
right? And that
Yeah,
creates
because if you remember, Doug said this. When you're 30s, your death benefit is about, it used to be 1.3 million.
Mhm.
But after COVID, it came down. No, it used to be 3.5 million.
Mhm.
Because of COVID, it came down to 3. That is the minimum to get at 30. But at
Mhm.
60, you need about 1 million. Okay, it used to be 1.3 million. You see? So this is the
Mhm.
person at 60 now can need 1 million, but he can
Mhm.
fund it using the max funded IUL by putting in $500,000, and over a couple of years is going to double based on the rule of 72. And
Yep.
now when he uses it and passes away, now this person is starting at a much higher level
Mhm.
because that money has been transferred to her. And the same
Yep.
thing, and then she will use it to, now she can only grow it, because
Yes.
father had done everything. She can
Yes.
grow it now and turn it over to the next generation, which is even much bigger.
Yes. That's family equity. And what is it? The E in our T is equity, right?
Yeah.
Equity management. That's why this
Yeah.
has to change, right? Equity
Mm.
management. And you're going to explain the power of financial. Remember how you was with Doug and Doug went through his presentation and he had the laser, then he had the three-dimensional wealth, then he had the
Mhm.
cash, and he had this. You have all that too, because you have the T, you got the taxes, equity, you got the financial triangle and what that means, and then you have family equity, so you can have it, so they can really understand how not to be in probate through a living trust, because family equity is essentially creating a living trust,
Yes.
right? That's how all of it
Right. Right.
together. That's what it is. So remember how I was saying we don't want to use language like IULs and tax-free tools and
Okay.
even down to the three. If you use family equity, all you're talking about is a living trust, right?
Yeah. That is it.
That's it. But you don't have to use Doug's language. This is your own language, and you're gonna have your own
Yeah.
story, right?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
down to when you're talking about this the foundation of the financial triangle. You focus on taxes, equity, and assets. Your family will be taken care of. Don't have to worry about
Wow.
anything else. Taxes, equity, assets. If you're going to a college, if you don't remember anything else, remember taxes, equity, assets. Taxes, equity, assets. The T. So
Wow.
yeah, we ready. We ready. All right. So now
Wow.
now you
Oh,
get to expound here. I'm going to cut this picture up so you only have one side. But I want you to expound here, right? Because you just did. I'll send you this recording as well so you can listen to yourself. You're going to then go back through and simplify this language.
yes.
Simplify it as if you're talking to those college seniors going out and they need to understand tax efficient strategies, equity management, and asset optimization. And then you're going to fix this part.
Mhm.
Okay? That's all you got to do.
All
And
right.
finish filling this in so I can make this document for you. And we're going to make this in so what do you think about a financial pathway? I named that too. Or what
Yeah.
would I call this? The fortune 3. You know how he has his, what's his called? What is his called?
Uh,
His 8 steps.
yeah, what does he call them? Let me look. Did I?
I don't remember. It was something like, it wasn't true wealth creation. It was it true wealth?
I
Wasn't
got
it
it.
true wealth something?
Yeah, let me see. I should have it somewhere here. I thought I had it this morning. What happened? I was look at it. Give me some inspiration.
I don't know if I want to, because you already got the word pathway, a financial pathway.
Very free
On
then.
the
Well,
word pathway.
mm, that is really, really. Oh, there you go. I have it here. We call it the true wealth transformer.
Transformer.
Yeah.
Okay, another word for pathway is route. What do you call it when if I built this in the way I see it, I'm gonna build it almost like his, but we're gonna make it as if I want them to look like they're going up something. What would we call it in
Oh,
a structure?
say that again. To build
So
up.
I'm gonna make it so that it won't be his, like his goes like a step. I want to make it so that yours looks like it. They're stepping, but they're stepping kind of side by side. It still would be like a triangle, but it's like you step one, you step here, and then you step over here. You know how kids do that game? You hop here, then you hop there, like hopscotch.
Oh, okay. I get it. Let me think about it. Okay, step here. Um, like something that's staggered. Let me see.
Yep, staggered steps.
Yeah.
But I want you to have a visual, and I kind of do want to still keep it in the triangle family, but we need to call it. I want to say pathway. The words on here are route,
Pathways. Um,
that the
that's
financial.
one way. Path, um, um, uh,
Oh, I like lane. What about lane? The fortune,
okay. Put lane for now.
fortune 3.
Let's see. Is
Well,
it?
it's not a lane per se, because it's going to be it's a staggered process.
Yes, it's a staggered step. Whatever. I think staggered. We want to put it. Let it look something really fancy because staggering is sort of zigzag. I don't know. Um, you know that treadmill where you it's like an ellipse. I mean,
The
how,
the incline. I like the incline. Mhm.
yes, yes. I think yeah. For now, incline makes sense. Yes, yes. It shows emotion from the lower to upper. It's
Mhm.
not a step. I mean, it's not like a ladder, but an incline isn't. It's even mechanized, so it shows that you have some force that is going to push you, and
Gotta come
that's
up
what
with- I
the
like it. So we'll work on that. We definitely need to come up with what we're gonna say here.
that reminds me of Pittsburgh. They have the incline car.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
if, yeah, they have a car at the side of the hill. So instead of you climbing, you get on the car and it goes on that incline on that hill. It carries
Mm.
you there, just like the equipment they use for old people in their homes. Instead of climbing up the stairs, you go on that little machine that takes you
That machine.
upstairs. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's the same, like it's like an incline.
Ooh, we on to something. We almost there.
Yeah.
So I see what I want to create in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and see if you can fill this out. So right now giving you your homework. You're going to finish this part. You're going to expound on this a little bit, fix this. You're going to do this part, and you're going to expound on family equity. That's all I need from you. Send me your pictures and we're going to get to work.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah,
You're welcome.
will. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll tell